So Abby from CNN has this gentleman on. I want to get his name correctly. Who is he, by the way? Eric, do we know who? I know his face. I don't know his name. Can we zoom in on the name, Rob?
It's former Representative Joe
Borelli. I know
Okay.
Joe Borelli. Yeah, New York.
So New York State Rep Joe Borelli, she's asking him if it's fair that the right is wanting to get people on the left to get canceled. And he brought some receipts. Go ahead, Rob.
This is about punishing them being the left, them being his political opponents. That actually, I think, is surprising to a lot of Americans because that's not typically what you would expect to hear from the White House after.
Well, let's talk about some polling that he used to justify those comments before he made them on TV. YouGov came out with a poll 3 days ago talking about how each side feels about violence and support of political deaths. Liberals, 16%, believe it's okay to feel joy when your political opponent is killed. Liberals, very liberals, 24%. Conservatives, 4%. Very conservatives, 3%. Justifying violence. Very liberal people have 25% answered yes, it's okay. You justified that you should do violence against your political opponents. Liberals, 17%. Conservatives, 8%. And very conservatives, 3%. That means it is 6 to 1 times more likely in respondents to this poll on the left. Now, I'm not saying there's exclusivity on the left. I'm not saying that. But there is certainly a problem where 6 times the amount of Republicans believe that it's okay to feel joy when your political opponent is killed, murdered, whatever, attacked, and that 6 to 1 believe that they are okay in justifying violence against political opponents. That's a problem. That's a cancer within the movement.
Okay, so that's that. Now let's go to the study that he's quoting. So if you want to go to the study that we have, if you can go all the way to the top so people can see, the other way around, so people can see where it's at. It's YouGov, okay, that's doing the study. What Americans really think about political violence. So let's go through a couple of the polls, Rob, and then Eric, I'm going to come to you. Go a little bit lower, go a little bit lower, 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 lower. All right, so what's this first one say? Most Americans say political violence is a very big problem or somewhat of a problem. And you'll see there, a very big problem, not a problem. Democrats, a very big problem, 58. Independents, 54. But Republicans, 67. A very big problem. On the ages, you see as you get older, it's a bigger problem. The younger, it's not really a problem. So let's go to the next question on what they looked up. No, keep going to the next one, Rob. Keep going to the next one. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. Keep going, keep going, keep going. All right, this one here. Most Americans say it's unacceptable to be happy about public figures' deaths, but younger and more liberals are likely to call it acceptable. So if you look at this question, do you generally consider it acceptable or unacceptable for a person to be happy about the death of a public figure they oppose? So if you look at the very liberal, America, U.S. adults, 8% says acceptable, okay? 77% say unacceptable. But look at the political ideology. Very liberal, 24% say it's acceptable. Liberal, 10%. Moderate, 7%. Conservative, 4%. Rob, can you click on the very conservative so people can see that number? That's 3% if you just click on it. So check this out. The far left and the far right, that's how you would look at it, right? The far left, 8 times more okay with a person on the opposing side to get killed and experience violence than the other way around. The age makes sense as we go through, and then there's more things, Rob. If you can put the link below, put it actually in PBD Podcast Circle with the notes. So if people want to go get it, we'll put that link in a PBD Podcast Circle. Eric, when you see this, what do you think about this poll?
If you look at the very liberal and liberal versus very conservative and conservative, it's almost 6 times, and you eliminate the middle area. There's no question that the left is the party of violence. Patrick, it was probably 5 months ago. The left, the liberal, I cannot remember, maybe Hakeem Jeffries, some prominent left figure, elected official, said the Democrat Party has been too soft. We lost the election. We've been too soft. Trump is doing what he wants to do. We need to get tougher. We need to fight the way Trump got fight. And from that moment on, it was almost like the door swung open for liberals and the liberal media to call anyone on the right, specifically Trump, Hitler, and everyone who follows Trump, Nazis, but anyone who supported him was part of, this fascist movement. So they started calling conservatives fascists because of their, love of Donald Trump. And they said, fight. We need to fight harder. Liberal, fascism, Hitler, Nazi youth. What do you think you're going to do? You have a certain percentage of the population who are lunatics anyway, and those are dog whistles, not even dog whistles. Those are megaphones to these folks to say, okay, the people I admire, the liberals on the top of the food chain, tell me it's okay and I need to be more angry and take matters into my own hands. Of course you're going to. And I will tell you, Patrick, I am convinced you can call the FCC, call whoever you want. I am convinced that the trans community, there is something medically wrong here, right? So if you're taking these drugs to change your gender, hormone replacements, gender replacement therapies, I believe it affects your cognitive abilities and your decision-making abilities. If I have a medical marijuana card in the state of Florida, I can't get an open carry license, right? Because the authorities believe if you're high on weed, you might not have the same judgment as if you're not. Also, if I've been put into any sort of mental institution, I can't get an open carry. Why? Because some of the drugs you take may affect your decision-making process. Why aren't gender dysphoria or gender more changing drugs, why aren't they scheduled the same way? Why should a trans person be able to get a gun when I couldn't? If
I'm fully with you there. Yeah, I'm fully with Vinny. Where are you at with this?
I agree 100%, and it's a by the way, Pat, beautiful clip because with all
Adam,
this,
at this point, we all know you're
get
late.
in there.
Just
You're
come and sit
sneaking in
your
like a
seat.
5-year-old.
Everybody knows you're late. Come grab a seat.
Everybody, Adam
15 minutes
Sosnick.
late. Go ahead.
And what drives me crazy, because you make a great point with this whole trans thing, because it's there's no secret. This kid allegedly had a boyfriend. The boyfriend was a furry, trying to transition person. It's how many more times, how many more instances have to happen for us to wake up and actually call it for what it is. And it's a great thing, Pat, because the left is trying to make it seem like, because if I had to assume this transgender person was probably telling his boyfriend, hey, Charlie's the enemy. Charlie hates us. Charlie wants us dead. And there's a clip, Rob, that I sent. Did you see the exchange of Charlie speaking with the trans boy or girl, whatever the hell it was going on, Rob? I think I sent it to you earlier in the week.
Yeah, I got it.
Tell me this isn't compassion. Tell me this isn't love and Christianity and him trying to find out what's wrong with you. Can we play this clip, Matt?
Go for it.
Go ahead, Rob.
What age should kids be able to get things like hormone therapy? Because I don't know what's true, what's not.
Tell me,
Trans.
are you comfortable telling me your story?
I've known that since like 3rd grade, and I'm currently 19, almost 20. I've known basically since then. I didn't start going by like a different name until 7th and 8th grade. I just don't know, like with the whole medical stuff, like what's true, what's not, what's helpful, because I've heard so many different opinions.
First of all, thank you so much for that.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm going to have an opinion that very few people will ever tell you, which is I want you to be very cautious putting drugs into your system in the pursuit of changing your body. Mm-hmm. I instead encourage you to work on what's going on in your brain first. I think what you need first and foremost is just a diagnosis. Mm-hmm. Just someone that is going to listen to what you've gone through, listen to what else is going on. My prayer for you, and again, very few people will say this, I actually want to see you be comfortable in how you were born.
Yeah.
I know that you might not feel that way, but I think that is something that you can achieve. I think that
Very noble.
the right team and the right
very
people.
noble love and positivity.
Right.
But the left that you were talking about, Eric, and I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of them using examples like, well, you guys, and they brought up the one where Tim Walz, the guy that who was the guy that started shooting those 2 people in you know what I'm talking about?
St. Louis.
They were like St. Louis. They were like they were Trump. No, the guy was a Tim Walz appointee. He actually said Tim Walz. He might have been crazy. Hired me to go kill Amy Klobuchar.
Can you verify if we're talking about the same thing? I said
It was
St.
a
Louis.
shooter.
This isn't St. Louis. It's a different one that you're talking about, maybe.
Yeah. Well, but there was a shooting where Tim Walz.
The Congress shooting.
The Congress shooting. They went to 2 separate places,
Right,
male and
right.
female. But it's just, when are we going to stop pretending? Number one,
I
and
think
you
you're talking
know,
about Minnesota.
I think it was Minnesota.
Right here.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's do this. So I guess, Vinny, the part we were talking about is 3% far left, 20% far right. Far left is 24%, far right 3%, right?
Yeah.
Now, here's the question. Yesterday I'm on, Mario Nafal has me on, and Mario Nafal does a phenomenal job on X
Amazing.
himself. And he asked me a question. He says, what do you think should happen? We believe in free speech. He says, I'm in Dubai right now. We believe in free speech. Shouldn't these guys be able to say what they're saying? On Monday, I told you guys, any USA merch you buy, 100% of the proceeds, not proceeds, not the profit, not the gross profit. Whatever you buy, 100% will go to Turning Point USA. And within 24 hours, we sold $100,000 worth. So we're announcing today that we're sending $100,000 to Turning Point USA. We sent it to them yesterday. It was wired over to them yesterday. It should hit again either yesterday or today, but we're continuing again today. So anybody who didn't participate, just so you know, that $100,000 went because of you. You guys chose to do this, so respect to all of you. But we're doing it again, and we even added a couple new shirts there just in the memory of Charlie. This is one that says live free with the American flag. And if you zoom in on the American flag, you'll see Future Looks Bright on it right there. And then there's a ton of other items. Team USA, if you love America, if you love Charlie, if you want to find a way to collectively contribute to Turning Point USA, 100% of whatever you purchase here today, any one of these items you purchase on the USA collection, 100% of it will go to Turning Point USA, and we'll give that update again on what that looks like between now and Friday. So to everybody that did that, salute to you. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.